Uruguay, a nation that are always outside favourites or strong underdogs at most international tournaments these days. After their earlier than expected exit out of the Copa America this summer, it is time to rebuild them with a club that is famous for so many legendary Uruguayans and even some current players as well. The perfect manager to take this side to the top is obviously 2010 World Cup MVP Diego Forlan, a club legend that can surely guide this team to some more silverware at their brand new stadium, the Wanda Metropolitano. However, this time in an Atletico Madrid Uruguay rebuild challenge. So the rules and objectives for Forlan are simple. Number 1, the starting 11 must all be Uruguayan players. Number 2, he must sell all non-Uruguayan players at the club. Number 3, we must win La Liga, a domestic cup competition, and of course the Champions League, which we will go ahead and play the final. Number 4 is that there is a 5-season time limit to the challenge, and number 5 is that he has to unearth some new upcoming talented prospects and deliver glory at the same time. Let's get into season number 1. Yet again, this has been a heavily requested video from you guys down in the comments below, and one that's been on my radar for quite some time now, so I'm excited to get straight into this video. So this is the current situation here at Atletico Madrid. Obviously the highly coveted centre-back partnership of Diego Godin, the captain, and Jose Maria Jimenez, which will be a mainstay in the side throughout the rebuild. Now the aim is to build around them and create an insane Uruguayan squad here. And of course, like every one of these nationality-based challenges, every non-Uruguayan player is on the transfer list in order to speed up the selling process and to help out Diego Forlan in completing his objectives in the challenge. And we've got about £100 million to spend in this opening window, so let's see how we go. And with that, obviously, I'm looking to get in some youth academy talents, so we'll set up a scouting network with our 5-star Spanish scout Cesar Miguel, and we'll see what we can find throughout the seasons. I'm interested to see what talent we can unearth from this very tiny nation of Uruguay. Hopefully we can pick up some gems here, and I'll keep you updated with that throughout the video. So enough administrational work, let's get into the thick of things. Let's commence with our transfer business. So Forlan's first ever signing of the window is going to be a Uruguayan wonder kid coming from the other side of town. He's switching over from Real Madrid to Atletico Madrid for £13 million. Federico Valverde, the 19-year-old central midfielder, will be a great starter for our midfield and will definitely grow throughout the seasons in this rebuild. I cannot wait for him to grow and develop into this side, but Valverde, welcome to Atletico Madrid. So it's a position we're already pretty strong in at the moment, but Sebastian Coates is coming from Sporting Club de Portugal. He's going to sign for us for £27.5 million. Then our 27-year-old ex-Liverpool player will be a great backup centre-back. The Uruguayan now an 82 overall, so he will be a very fitting replacement if Godin or Jimenez ever get injured throughout the season. So welcome to the Wanda Metropolitano. And we've picked up a goalkeeper nice and early. It is going to be a man who's represented Uruguay at a lot of international tournaments over the past 10 years. Fernando Muslera for £14.2 million is going to come over from Galatasaray. The now 32-year-old 81 overall will be starting in net for us and will be a very solid man in between the sticks. So our first attacking signing, our first striker of the rebuild is going to be Maximiliano Gomez, the high potential Uruguayan striker coming over from fellow La Liga side Celta Vigo. Probably our most expensive signing so far. It won't be our most expensive signing of the whole video, but for £22.5 million, the 21-year-old is going to come across to Atletico Madrid. He's 80 overall, and I think will be a perfect fit for the side. Definitely going to start up top for us in season 1. Now it's Forlan's first swap deal, and I know it is Antoine Griezmann. He is off to PSG, and we've swapped him for £6 million for Edinson Cavani. Uruguay's main man up top. He always seems to score for them, and he's done so in this Copa America. I know you guys are just going to be so angry about that swap deal, but we just had to get rid of Griezmann in this one, and we've brought in the big man up top, Edinson Cavani. The now 31-year-old, hopefully this short-term signing can bring us some success in season 1. But like Gomez, he is definitely going to be starting up top for us. That is one juicy strike partnership there. So it's our first player departure here at Atletico. It is going to be Felipe Luis, the old Brazilian left back. He's off to the Premier League yet again, ex-Chelsea boy. He's now going to Manchester United. He's going to Old Trafford for £21.5 million, and he's 32 years of age already. So our first player departure of the episode. I'm sure there'll be many more to come. So it's another bright Uruguayan prospect, another midfielder coming from Boca Juniors, Nathan Nandez for £14.5 million, 22 years of age. He is looking like a very decent central midfielder, and I'm sure he's going to form a great partnership with Valverde in the future. Welcome to the Uruguayan Revolution, Nathan Nandez. So it's another cheeky swap deal. This time it is Thomas Partey, the Ghanaian, off to Juventus as we pick up Juventus AC. Uruguayan wonder kid Rodrigo Bentancur, he is joining Forlan in his mission to take Atletico Madrid to the top with Uruguay's best and exciting prospect, only at 21 years of age, 78 overall. I'm looking forward to seeing him grow throughout the seasons. Welcome to the Wanda Metropolitano, Rodrigo Bentancur. So more of our world-class talent is off to Manchester. We've got Saul, the Spanish midfielder. He is joining Felipe Luis at Old Trafford. He has joined United for £84.5 million, our most expensive departure so far. Good money for Saul. And also, it is going to be Lucas Hernandez, the man who's joined Bayern Munich in real life. He is off to join Pep Guardiola at Manchester City for £48 million. So two massive player departures there. So we're getting a lot of income from those two transfers. So after those two big sales, we picked up a little batch of minor player arrivals here. A few Uruguayans joining the rebuild here with Matthias Vecino from Inter, the 26-year-old CDM for $15.1 million, as well as Matthias Oliveira, the 20-year-old left back, 73 overalls. Got a decent potential for $6.4 million. He's coming over from Getafe, as well as Diego Rossi coming from LAFC. The 20-year-old winger showing great potential, only for $9.3 million. We had to activate his release clause, as well as selling club legend Juan Frandenau, 33-year-old Spanish right back. He's off to PSG for pretty much £5 million. And then we also picked up ex-FIFA wonder kid Gaston Ramirez from Sampdoria. The 27-year-old now is 79 overall, and we got him for £15.5 million. A few decent little additions to Diego Forlan's side there, as well as selling Juan Fran some dead wood at the club. We're just going to keep on keeping on in this transfer window. And Diego Forlan continues his shopping spree here at Atletico. We've picked up the veteran Uruguayan striker Cristian Stuani, ex-Sunderland man as well. We've gone and picked him up from Girona for £20 million, 81 overall, can still provide a bit of an attacking option for the side, as well as Gaston Pereiro from PSV. He's got a decent potential on him and can play on the right hand side, as well as center attacker midfielder, so he will be a brilliant bench option for the side. But two little minor signings there for the Uruguayan Revolution. Just before deadline day, we've picked up a backup goalkeeper for Muslera. It's going to be Martin Campagna, the 29-year-old goalkeeper we picked up for pretty much £15 million, and the 20-year-old centre back Taki Taki is off to Swansea City for $820k. Whew, what a hectic deadline day we just had. We had so many deals fall through. A few players I thought we'd pick up, but we didn't, and we couldn't do it in the time allocated. We got 1 hour left. Although in Forlan's first window, 191.9 million spent, 160 million headed out of the club. We're going to finish off deadline day there. A successful first window for the Uruguayan takeover, and Atletico Madrid looking quite strong there. That is going to be the starting 11 going into the season. Hopefully they can pull off something in season number 1. Still a lot of areas that we can improve on, still a lot of areas that can grow and develop throughout the season. I'm looking forward to seeing Bentancur, Valverde and Gomez grow in the side. And Hernandez is going to be a makeshift right midfielder. But we're going to simulate to January and see how Forlan and his men are doing at the halfway stage. So we've stopped by in January, and it's an unlikely leader at the top of the La Liga table. It's Sevilla leading the way with 34 points. We're right behind them though, as well as Barcelona, Real Madrid, all in the top 4 with 31 plus points. We're sitting with 33, which is quite decent. 9 wins and 6 draws. Huesca up in 5th, as well as Villarreal finishing off that 6th position, but we're where we want to be at the halfway stage. We're well in title contention and well in the top 4 race. Hopefully we can get a good string of form in the second half of the season. We're still in the Copa de España. We're in the round of 16 up against Huesca, and in the Champions League we came in second in Group A. Dortmund finished just above us in first, but our second place finish means that we get Manchester United in the round of 16, so a bit of a tough opponent, but we'll see how the lads do in Europe. And even before January started, we managed to do some business. We've sold a few players. It's going to be Stefan Savic headed off to Manchester City, just like Lucas Hernandez was. The Montenegrin centre-back, now 27 years of age. He is moving for £35 million. A decent little sale there, as well as another player headed off to the Premier League. Angel Correa is off to the Gunners. He's moving to Arsenal for £48.4 million. A decent amount of money there. So two big sales that are going to allow us to complete a few more Uruguayan moves in this window. And I've just realized here that we've gotten the Uruguay job offer. Not only have Atletico Madrid got Diego Forlan, but now the Uruguayan FA wants Diego Forlan at the helm. For the fun of it, we're just going to go ahead and accept it. We now have both Atletico Madrid and Uruguay. You guys always say we should accept the nations as well, so we've gone ahead and accepted that. It's just a cool little thing that we can control Uruguay as well. Oh yeah, and a very, very minor sale. It is Carlos Isaac, the 20-year-old right back, is off to Patronato for 900k. So just a little update on our youth academy, and I just think I found the next golden boy in Uruguayan football here. Aiden Correa, 15 years of age, at center attacker midfielder, already had a 66 overall. He's worth 1.2 million. And his potential is 90 to 94. This is probably one of the best youth academy players I have found all FIFA 19. His stats look really good for a 15-year-old as well. We can't call him up to the senior team yet, but as soon as he turns 16, I'm calling him up. His potential is absolutely mouthwatering, and he looks absolutely brilliant in game. So we're definitely going to call him up, but he looks to be like the next big thing in South American football. We can call up Vergara as he is 17. We can also call up Maldonado, but he's not really that good enough, so we're just going to get rid of him. But I cannot wait to call up Correa to the first team. So we have absolutely broken the bag for one of the best Uruguayan players going at the moment. Barcelona's own Luis Suarez is coming to Atletico Madrid, and we have spent an arm and a leg for him as the ex-Liverpool biting Uruguayan comes to the side now. 31 years of age. He's one of the world's best, and he's 91 overall. He's going to improve our attack tenfold, and him and Cavani up top is such an iconic partnership. I can't wait to see it happen at Atletico Madrid, and I'm sure they will get along just fine, as we had to shell out 86.5 million plus the Spanish midfielder Rodri, who's going the other way to Barcelona. But we get Luis Suarez. We couldn't pick him up in the first window because he was just way too expensive, but now we can afford him, and our Diego Forlan got his man up top. Welcome to Atletico Madrid, Luis Suarez. And the January sales continue as Vitolo is off to Ajax for 19.5 million pounds. A 29-year-old left midfielder is a bit of dead wood at the club. And a quick little deadline day departure here. It is going to be Andre Solano, the 20-year-old right back, is off to Cercle Bruges for 440k. And that is going to wrap up all our business for this window. We've reached the end of deadline day. We pretty much just brought in Suarez, and we've left it at that. We've got a bit more money left, but we've just decided to save it for next season. As we can see, we've sold a few little decent players in there, but brought in a big player to hopefully help us out in the second half of the season in Luis Suarez. So I'm very happy with that business in this window. But Forlan's men now are looking very, very strong alongside the Uruguayan national teams. I'm hoping we can at least get one piece of silverware this season. Now, this was a moment I've been waiting for. Aiden Correa has finally turned 16. We can finally pick him up and promote him to the senior team. Absolutely insane stuff. A bit of a youth academy update. We got a few decent high potential wonder kids. A few decent players that will keep our eye on continuing into season number 2. But for now, Correa is the pick of the bunch. And there he is in all his glory. Has potential to be special. It's what you want to see. He can play cam and CM. He's still 16 at a 67 overall. Now is the moment of truth. What star skill moves will he have? 3-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot. It's decent, but the high defensive work rates probably his only downside. Otherwise, his stats look absolutely insane. Hopefully, he can become the next big thing for Atletico Madrid. So we've stopped the sim here on the last game of the season. As you can see there, Atletico Madrid closing on La Liga Santander title. We have a big deciding match up against Levante away from home. As you can see there, we can either secure it with a win or a draw in tomorrow's match. Forlan's men will go away against Levante to see if we can get the title over Barcelona. They are in second right behind us with 74. We're on top with 76, so a win will secure it no matter what. So let's get straight into this match. This is the lineup going into it. A very, very strong side we have in our hands here in the second half of the season. Cavani's gone down a bit, which is quite disappointing, but Forlan's men will go into this one highly, highly confident. Let's see how we can perform here away from home in the league decider. We are underway. Oh, this is going to be a nervous one. Nandez, 5 minutes in, a yellow card. What is going to happen in the next few minutes here? It's going to be a nervy match. We're going to sim it. It's going to be a 0-0 draw. Cavani comes off injured. But is that enough to win the title? We're going to have to see how Barcelona did in their game. We got a Copa de España final up against Barca, and who will be in the cup final as well. We're going to take a look at the table, and it was enough to secure us the win as well. Barcelona got a win, but our draw was enough on goal difference to win the league. What a season. 22 wins, 11 draws, and 5 losses. Unlucky Barcelona. Real Madrid just 2 points behind us. Real Betis round up the top 4, and it's Rayo Vallecano Alaves, and Levante. Oh, Levante were in 20th. I don't know how we didn't win against them, but they are going back down to the second division. What an end to the season. Now we have a Copa de España final to look forward to. This has been an absolutely hectic end to the season, but it's the chance to win the domestic double, and I am looking forward to it. As we beat Sociedad in the semis, in the quarters we beat Levante, and of course we beat Huesca in the round of 16, so a nice little cup run there. As we go into the Champions League, we lost in the round of 16 to Manchester United 4-1 on aggregate, so a lot to improve on in the Champions League for Season 2. So we've reached the Spanish Cup final. Cavani unfortunately has picked up an injury, so he will miss this game, but to put the cherry on top, to put the icing on top of the cake, it is Suarez against his old side. The Uruguayans are taking on Barcelona. Forlan is looking to get the domestic double. A lot is on the line here in this game. Will we be able to push through? Let's find out here against Barca. They are on good form as well. They're going to be angry that they didn't win the league title too. Gomez has started us off. Oh no, Ruiz. He's gotten the goal to equalize things later. I thought we would got off to the best start possible. Barca are looking to get revenge after what happened to them in the league. We're going to continue on. I don't want to skip this. Oh no, it's going to go into extra time, isn't it? Oh, I don't want to skip this though. Can we pull it off on penalties, or can we do it in 120 minutes? We're into the last 10. It's going to go to penalties. Going to go to pens. And we win on pens. Get him, boys. Oh my gosh. We've absolutely clutched the league on goal difference and clutched the league title on penalty shootouts with a 5-4 victory. That is absolutely insane. Forlan's men have pulled through in the best way possible. Would you take a look at that? Copa de España winners. We pull off 2 silverware objectives for Forlan. What a debut season for him as well. The Uruguayan legend. Definitely not a season to forget. A season to remember. And what a side we have going into season number 2. Without Cavani, we managed to pull through. Absolutely amazing scenes there. And it just means season number 2 and onwards, we just need to focus on the Champions League. That Champions League trophy we are craving. Atletico Madrid are craving. We're going to put all our eggs into one basket and see how we do in Europe's elite competition. So we're going to end off the first season right there. Obviously, Uruguay have the Copa America going on right now. We'll check in on that in season number 2. Diego Forlan's got his hands busy, but we'll see what we can pull off in the next season. Right, we've entered Forlan's second season here at Atletico Madrid, and now he's got £177 million to spend. A healthy transfer budget. I don't know if we're going to use it all in the first summer transfer window, but it's definitely something to look forward to. And we've got a bit of financial freedom as the Copa America is going on. I'll change it to the Atletico Madrid team, but that is our side going into season 2. We're going to look to strengthen, we're going to look to improve a few areas in the squad, and of course we're going to start up yet another scouting network up in Uruguay. We're going to see what talent we can find in 9 months and hopefully find a few more Cadellas in our youth academy scout reports. Hopefully Cesar Miguel can pull through again. But it's Champions League or bust this season. Let's see. It's going to be a big ask, but if we pulled through a domestic double last season, scraping by the competition, I think we can go all the way in the Champions League. Let's see how we do, and let's get into the summer transfer window. And our first signing of the season is going to be the Uruguayan center defensive midfielder, the man that is going to complete our midfield, Lucas Torreira, coming from Arsenal for £54.9 million. We've brought the 23-year-old home, now 84 overall. He is coming into the Uruguayan Revolution. He is going to be playing his football at the Wanda Metropolitano this season. The ex-Sampdoria midfielder is going to be a welcomed addition to the side, and I'm sure Diego Forlan is going to love every minute of him. Welcome to the club, Lucas Torreira. We couldn't pick him up in season number 1. It was pretty much the only major Uruguayan player we've been missing in this side, and now we can finally go ahead and buy him, so we've gone and done so. And the non-Uruguayan clearance is in full swing in this window. Forlan is cleaning out the dead wood here. As you can see here, we've sold a bunch of players. Hector is off to the Chinese Super League for £1 million. Diego Costa's finally out of the club to our main rivals last season, Barcelona, for $29.2 million. Koke is off to Real Madrid for $41.6 million. And the big one, Manchester City have paid out Jano Black's release clause for £141.3 million. The Slovenian is off to the Premier League there, our biggest sale yet, and our transfer budget is just overflowing at the moment. Vieto, who was on loan at Fulham, is off to Bordeaux, and that is going to wrap up all our sales so far. And the selling grind continues for Forlan as we see Arias, the Colombian right back, off to Manchester United for 22.3 million. Vasilico, yet another right back, who came back on loan from Inter. He is off to the Premier League as well. He's off to Crystal Palace for 17.3 million. And then a minor player departure here in Garces. He is off to Sarsfield for 2.2 million. Oh yeah, and we picked up a backup centre back here, Cabrera, yet another Uruguayan from Getafe. I don't know why, but Getafe have so many Uruguayan players at the club. The 27-year-old is coming for 10.5 million. He'll be a decent little backup squad rotational player. So with yet another minor player departure here, Alabe off to Standard Liège for 3.4. We've gotten a few deadline day player arrivals here with Sarachi, the wonder kid left back, the 21-year-old coming from RB Leipzig for 11.4 million. He looks like a decent little player, as well as former FIFA Carimo wonder kid Lemos from Las Palmas. I want to say in FIFA 16 he had a really decent potential. We've just brought him in just to bolster the squad a little bit and to increase the squad depth as well. You guessed it, it's another player from Getafe, Adam Bari, the 23-year-old centre defensive midfielder, 78 overall, coming for 13.9 million. That is probably going to cap off all our business this window. And just before the window closes, we get two more non-Uruguayan sales here with Mensa off to Berlin and Werner off to Stade Rennais. So that'll wrap up all our business for this window. There were a few players I couldn't pick up because they're out on loan, which is annoying, but it's definitely more of a selling window than a buying window, as we only spent £100 million and we sold £280 million worth of players at the club. Apparently we're handed a lucky Champions League group. I highly doubt that, but we still have a few more players to sell, as we're going to find out who our group is. We've got Braga, PSV and Juventus, so a bit of a challenging group there, but I think we can progress through. Anyways, back on the case, that is officially ending our summer transfer window for season 2. We've changed up the formation a little bit here. Uruguay don't really have any decent wing backs, so we've switched it to a 3 at the back formation. It's 3-4-1-2. Hopefully a few more players can grow and develop in that midfield. Cavani is out injured, so he's going to be out for a while, but that is the team going into the first half of the season, and let's see how far Forlan can take Atletico Madrid. And we're also going to pick up a few youth academy talents here with Saverda. They got pretty decent potential and are already decent overall, so welcome to the Atletico Madrid first team. We're still going strong with the Uruguayan Youth Academy here. Forlan is bringing up the best talents possible, so I'm keen to see them grow and develop in the squad. Alright, now with January arriving, we can confirm a few new sales here. We've got Gelson Martins, the Portuguese winger. He's off to Wolves. Classic transfer there. Wolves getting yet another Portuguese player. Kalinic is off to Atletico Bilbao. Joaquin is off to Frosinone, and Lemar is off to Besiktas for £71.2 million. So a few more player departures there. As we approach January, we've literally only got about 3 more non-Uruguayan players to sell. That's another objective ticked off for Diego. So it's been the biggest grind, but Forlan's finally done it. It's taken us till February of season 2, but we finally sold the last 2 non-Uruguayan players here at the club. It is firstly the Argentinian Nguyen Perez, the 19-year-old centre-back. He's off to fellow La Liga side in Girona for 6.5 million. And then Aden, the Spanish goalkeeper, now 32. He's off on a free transfer to Malaga. We've completed an objective that all Uruguayan players are now at the club, besides Adnan, because he is going on a free transfer. He's going on a pre-contract, so he's not going to be leaving to next season, but just don't worry about him. He is technically not at the club anymore. Basically, the whole club is Uruguay now. We've got a few Youth Academy products in here as well, which is good to see. Correa out of 75, and yeah, the 3-4-1-2 formation looking quite strong. With Jimenez now the captain, hopefully he can lead the side to glory. Alright, so we've stopped the sim here. I've noticed we've reached the Champions League semi-finals here, the second leg, and this is going to be a massive one. We're at home for this one. The first leg finished 1-1 against Bayern Munich, and in the other leg is Manchester City taking on Lazio, and I think Manchester City are in the final. They beat Lazio 3-1, but this could be the game that secures us a place in the Champions League final in season number 2. In the quarterfinals, we beat out Monaco 4-1, so convincing victory there. Go against RB Leipzig in the round of 16 with a 3-2 aggregate win. That is insane. And of course, yeah, we finished second in the group. But this could be the big one. Up against Bayern at home at the Wanda Metropolitano. I'm pretty confident the boys can do it. That is how we're going to be lining up to face Bayern in this second leg. All we need to do is just concede no away goals, and we're through to the next round. It could be 0-0, and we'll get it through. Let's see how this Bayern side line up. They still got Neuer. Valverde gets us a goal to make it 2-1 on aggregate. Gets in there. He's playing at left midfielder. He can play there, and he's showing why he can. 5 minutes in, he grabs us a goal. Godin with a yellow card. Coman, Lewandowski, Robin, Goretzka. They're still looking dangerous, Bayern. What can they cause? here in the second half. Sarachi comes on. Bayern are going to make a few substitutes. It's 2-1 in the end. Pereira, oh, they sent it into extra time with a Hummels 89th minute goal. And then Pereira on the right wing gets us the goal in the 112 to make it 3-2 in aggregate, 2-1 on the Knights. And guess what, baby? We are through to the Champions League final. Get in, boys. Well, it's an opponent we've faced a lot of times in these rebuild Champions League finals. It's Manchester City, Pep Guardiola's man, 2 seasons in. We're already in the final. It's going to be a big one. It is going to be a massive, massive game. So we've reached the end of the season, as most of you can tell, and it's not as successful as last season in terms of our league success this season. We finish in 3rd position, 12 points behind winners Real Madrid and just 2 points behind second place Barcelona. Real Betis finish off the top 4, but it's a decent little season from us. Of course, we just focused all on the Champions League and it paid off in the end, but in the league, if we lose tonight, we still have a chance to win the Champions League next season. And looking at the relegation zone, it is Sporting, Osasuna and Valladolid all going back down to the 2nd division. Barcelona got some revenge on us in the pre-season Supercopa, winning 4-0 on aggregate there and getting a little piece of silverware to show for it. And our Copa de España run got cut short too to Valencia, 3-2 on aggregate. We took an L there, but considering we won it last season, we didn't really have to focus on this competition either. And we'll be facing UEFA Super Cup winners Manchester City in the final tonight, so it'll be a very interesting battle. And these were our star performers who got us into the Champions League final this season. Sebastian Coates actually playing a major part in here with 14 clean sheets, 2 goals. Luis Suarez, our top goal scorer. Look at that, 22 goals and 11 assists for the man. Muslera getting a good amount of clean sheets in there. Of course, our captain, Jose Maria Jimenez now. And then Gaston Pereira, the man who actually fired us into the Champions League semi-final. He's picked up 13 goals and 8 assists. Lucas Torreira doing well. Nandez Valverde, the young central midfielder, getting a nice amount of goals and assists. Moy Gomez with 17 goals and 1 assist. A very decent outing from him. As we move on to Vecino Cavani, you'd expect him to do a bit better, but now 33 years of age. He's gone down to an 85, which is a bit unfortunate to see there. But we move on to Christian Stuani getting 6 goals in there as well. We got a few youth academy players getting a decent amount of game time. Vergara with 2 goals and 2 assists from 6 games. That's a very decent output. Yeah, and then you can just see our backup goalkeeper and a few little youth academy prospects there. What a season from the lads. Luis Suarez is definitely been our key player, and I'm glad we splashed all that cash on him. But before we get into the biggest match of them all, we're going to take one last look at the side. Of course, the Uruguayan rebuild with Forlan. It's been very, very enjoyable. Uruguay is more of a nation that focuses on quality rather than quantity. There have been very, very few high quality Uruguayan players. There is obviously a lot that can grow and develop in potential, but they've got a few stars, and the stars that they have obviously are very, very high quality, like Lucas Torreira. You can see a few youth academy players that we've brought up through the ranks. Federico Valverde, who's had a shift for us in the midfield. Bentancur as well, another high potential player. We move on to a few little youth academy players there. Vergara, our big one, as well as Chapa Cas, who had a decent U20 World Cup. And then you got Adrian Correa, the next big thing in Uruguayan football. I wish we could do a few more seasons with this rebuild just to see how far this guy can go. He could easily get 90 plus. But yeah, we've got a few more youth academy players. We've got players like Maximiliano Gomez, Cavani, Suarez, Stuani, and Diego Rossi to finish things off. That is going to be the Uruguayan rebuild. A very, very solid team. Not too much depth in this side, but I still believe the quality in this team can go on and get us that W in the Champions League final. Let's hope to complete the challenge here in season number 2 and deliver success with the Uruguayan and Atletico Madrid legend Diego Forlan. Let's get straight into this match.
I never wanna hold you back. I wanna give you every chance to make it, to make it. I'm afraid if our love collides, you'll leave me alone tonight. 'Cause I'm changing and I'm breaking. Is this over? I'm scared to ask these questions, 'cause I know that you'll reject my love, moving slow.
Alright, it's do or die. The Champions League final. We've made it. We're in the end game now. Cavani's kicked us off. Atletico versus Man City. Let's get this underway, baby. De Bruyne floats that one in. It's going to be Bentancur to intercept. Nice little passing play here. Oh, the space has opened up here for Pereiro. It was Man City. They committed too many men forward. Has he got the pace though? He's going to cut inside Pereiro. Oh, it's going to land to Cavani. And it's a goal. Oh, Edinson Cavani gets his skull on that one. And he points to the heavens. I thought that was going to go just wide for some reason. But we get a lucky bounce. And it goes straight into the path of Cavani for an open goal for the opener. And we get the first goal of this Champions League final. Man City committed too many forward after that free kick. Oblak with a big save. But then Cavani had to shack. And honestly, Oblak could have saved that one if Cavani wasn't careful, but our big man up top loops it over the Slovenian in goal, and we open our account in the Champions League final. Valverde, can he find him again? We'll give it off to Bentancur. Bentancur, who gives it off to Torreira. Big shot, but it takes a deflection and goes straight to Oblak. Man City, they've been piling on the pressure here. Bernardo Silva with a few tricks up his sleeve. And it's opened up for Man City. And KDB, right on the stroke of halftime, gets the equalizer. And I knew it was coming. You can just tell when the CPU are ready to strike. And Kevin De Bruyne and Man City have done so there. A big goal into the top left-hand corner for the citizens. And yeah, our defense has pulled off its line. And all it took was a one-time shot from KDB. And it lands in the top left. Muslera could not do much about that shot. And Man City get their equalizer. Gomez. Oh, you're kidding. Oh, well, through on goal. And the ref blows for half-time. Come on, ref. Either way, it's 1-1 here in the UCL final. We've got the second 45 to play. It is going to be a big one here. Sit tight. Stay tuned. We've got a massive finale coming up. No. Oh, Cavani. He's going to follow up. Oh, Oblak with a big save. I didn't even expect that to happen. Oh, we get an interception. Cavani. He'll give it off to Lucas Torreira, and Oblak again saves Manchester City from conceding the second, and we should have capitalized on both those chances. Surely that's offside? No, Coates, Valverde with a big boy header away, and Pereiro can't get it. Oh, that's a big save from Muslera. Oh, Bentancur in a nice little bit of space here. Love that for Bentancur. Can Gomez try to find an opening here? Maximiliano Gomez, he's through on goal. I didn't even expect that. Oh, you're kidding me. Bentancur with a big boy pass. Suarez through to Cavani. Can Cavani find Suarez again on this outside? It is going to be a Luis Suarez special, but Oblak was there to stop it from going in. Ooh, Bentancur with a lovely interception there. I love that for Bentancur. Cavani. He can find a little runner in the middle. Lucas Torreira, he can rise to the occasion. He will rise to the occasion. And it's a left foot finish from the tiny little midfielder. The Arsenal man fires us into the lead in the Champions League final against Premier League opposition. And it all started from Bentancur's little play in the midfield. And for the second time in this final, we have taken the lead. Beautiful hold-up play from Cavani and the run from Torreira, the finish as well, under all that pressure. And we finally get our goal that we deserve. A lovely little finish from Lucas Torreira. Jan Oblak couldn't do much about that one. It's a number 26 that gets us the goal. Alright, we're going to make our first two substitutes here. Pereiro and Valverde come off for the next golden boy of Uruguayan football. Correa and Nandez are going to come on to hopefully secure us this victory. Oh no. It is Nemencha off to Fernandinho, and that was nearly the equalizer for City there. Just goes wide of the post. It'll be a red card for Torreira. We had to get that tactical foul in. It's a double yellow for Lucas Torreira, our goal scorer. But we had to as Man City were on the counter. We've had to make a sacrifice here, and it wasn't an easy one to make. We're in added time now, and Man City have a dangerous free kick. Kevin De Bruyne has lofted that one into the box, and Muslera gets there. Man City might get another go here. It's Kevin De Bruyne. And that is full time. Man City nearly got another chance to go and send it into extra time, but we hold on for the victory here. What a win from the boys. The Uruguayans pull through here as Atletico Madrid win 2-1 against Manchester City in the Champions League final. We held on, we defended well, and we got the goals we needed to go ahead. What a performance from the lads here. What a night out. And Forlan and his men have done it here in season number 2. What a season, what a game. And that has just capped things off ever so nicely. I have loved doing this rebuild challenge, guys. If you got any more suggestions, make sure to leave them in the comments down below, and that could be turned into a future video idea. But I'm going to leave you with Jose Maria Jimenez. He is going to lift up the trophy. Our big boy captain, our centre back, has taken over the reins here at Atletico Madrid, and now he's lifting up the best trophy of them all, guys. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to drop it a big fat like down below. It helps the video out so much. Subscribe down below for weekly FIFA 19 career mode content coming to you on the channel. Turn on that notification bell so you never miss out on a video too. Follow me on Twitter. The link is in the description. Thank you for watching. I've been BCHD, and I'll see you in the very next video.